Good. James, Drew Shelton didn't get a chance to work in spring ball as he laid out for us, but where is he right now? And despite missing spring ball, where do you think he is in being able to prepare in preseason games?
Yeah, I think he's just at a point, super mature. I think he handled his time out physically the right way. Been a really good coach and mentor to some of the younger players. I think we talked about it this morning. I think he's fully cleared now. He was still pretty much doing everything, but he had a few limitations, like in the weight room, I think. But I think he's fully cleared now. And I think he's really in a good position. I think probably needs to put on a few pounds like we've talked about. But besides that, he's a super mature kid, very conscientious, very intelligent, and obviously he's played well, when he's been in there, all the way back to as a true freshman. So we're expecting him to have a good year, but this summer is going to be important for him, and training camp will be important for him because he did obviously miss all spring.
James, we talked about him kind of as a first-time starter potentially this year. How do you view him in terms of talking about it like a starter last year, but obviously he's had a different journey with that?
Yeah, I guess in my mind, right, he started the last 4 games of his freshman year. So I think any guy in the program that started multiple games, we look at like a starter, especially now obviously that means they got in and played well enough to win with. It's not like somebody gets hurt and you go in and you didn't play well enough for us to win and you're a starter that way. I'm talking about a guy that got in games and played well enough at this level for us to win Big Ten games, and he did that as a true freshman, which is difficult to do on the offensive line. So I think he had that experience that he had last year where he was rotating in a ton, and now obviously coming into this year, healthy, experienced, more mature, very, very football intelligent from a football IQ standpoint. I think he's going to have a really good year for us. I think there's a lot of confidence and there's a lot of faith, but I also think, Javen has played well enough in practice that he should get time too. We'd like to be able to get him some legitimate reps. As long as things all sit the way they are now, it could become even more competitive during training camp. It'd be more of a split. But Javen's done enough that we need to get him some experience as well.
James, from your perspective, why was it important to have the Beaver Stadium renovations kind of going through and the board approving those things?
Yeah, so I don't know if I said this to you guys before or not, but I think you guys have heard me talk for 10 years, and I was always a believer that Paluba, our practice fields, and Lash was the most important thing for our football program. The buildings that we're in 365 days a year from a development standpoint for our players and from a training perspective. Once that was taken care of, then I think Beaver was the next thing. But to me, Beaver's more about the athletic department and about the university and about the community and about the state and specifically the other sports, really more than it is about football. We've had great environments there. I think people consider us one of the best environments in all of college football, but we weren't going to be able to sustain that when we haven't really updated the stadium in a long period of time. So here we are now, and now it's become a massive project. But this is going to allow football to continue. It's going to allow football to continue to really support all those entities that we just talked about. And also the ability to increase revenue when you're talking about the opportunity to have more concerts there. I think it's going to have a big factor in terms of playoff games because we have some of the challenges with all the exposed pipes. that we're already started kind of working on. And then when you're talking about, whether it's Flyers, Penguins, just different activities that you can have there year round. So it's not a facility that's only has the ability to bring revenue in seven days a year. So that's important for the entire athletic department, especially where we see everything going.
James, how do you think the addition of Andy to your staff can help the running backs that you
Yeah, first of all, he's done a great job. Done a great job with the staff. Done a great job